So hello, thank you very much for taking your time to click on this video. Today's practice, we're going to do the Hatha Yoga and Ashtanga salutations. It's going to start off quite slow, but it's going to get energized. We're going to do the bird of paradise and some Navasana transitions. Some parts, my counts are a bit off, but I just hope you enjoy the practice and you feel energized. So take whatever you need to do, and I'll see you on the mat. So sitting tall, maybe allowing the gaze to close. Let's start by taking a deep inhalation through the nostrils. Feel the body expand with the breath. And then out the mouth, sigh the breath away. Let it all go. Now, as we all know, the clouds may cover the sky, but the sun is always there. Darkness may shroud the sky, but the sun always rises. And as Richard Norton once said, every sunset is an opportunity to reset. So let's dedicate this practice to honor the sun and to honor our own vitality and energy and light. So let's begin by just taking the right hand behind the back. Just allow that right shoulder to roll down the spine as we lean the head over to the left. So just allow the breath to travel through the side of the neck, releasing any tension. But just allow that breath to flow effortlessly in and out through the nose. So just looking over our left shoulder, and then we'll just alternate sides. So now taking that left hand behind the back, leaning the neck over to the right. Again, just rolling that shoulder down, releasing tension through the left hand side of that neck. And then we'll come into that twist, looking over our right shoulder. Again, just twisting to your own degree. And then releasing that left hand, we're now going to make our way into half circling from shoulder to shoulder. So again, just move at your own pace here. Allow your breath to guide you to unravel the cervical part of the spine as you soften the eyes and soften the jaw, allowing that soft breath and exhalation to help melt away that tension in the upper body. Very good. Then finding the spine at neutral, we're going to take the arms out into a T. We're going to flip our right palm inward and left palm outward, and then just alternate through internal and external rotation of the shoulders. Again, just taking your time here, there's no rush. interlace the fingers, we'll press the palms up towards the sky as we ground the sit bones and take an out breath to lean over to the right. Trying to take the gaze up towards the sky, towards that sun. We'll press up and exhale, we'll lean over to the left. We'll draw the arms back through center. And then we'll cross at the elbows to touch opposite shoulder blades, circling the hands behind the back to hold onto the right wrist. We'll breathe the arms to alternate the crossing, and out breath to hold onto the left wrist. And as always, just taking your time here to move with your own pace, with your own breath, as we mobilize and energize the shoulders. Now taking the arms out into a T, we're going to take our twist. So right hand to the left knee, left hand at the base of the spine, just lengthen tall. And then we'll inhale, arms spread out, twisting to the right, left hand outside of right knee, right hand to the base of the spine. And then we'll release. Now segueing into our tabletop position. So knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders. We'll cycle through our cat and cow. So on the cat, we press the spine high. In the cow, we lower the heart and lift in the head. So take your time here to spend as long as you need in the cat and cow. Just taking the spine through flexion and extension. Just breathe into that contrast. Feel the release of the spine. Channel that breath. And then we'll tuck our toes under to lift into our first downward facing dog of the practice. So setting the hands and feet as wide as they need to be. If you want to maybe bend at the knees, maybe lean it from side to side, maybe circle. We get an option to find stillness here. Just observing where the body is. And then we'll walk the feet to the hands, coming into that forward fold. So option to stay, or maybe option to maybe ragdoll. If you want to hold opposite elbows or forearms, letting the fingertips dangle as we release that lower back. And then lifting into a flat back, lifting the head. We'll slowly come into our mountain pose. And we'll draw the arms into prayer above head, bringing the prayer into the heart. So again, maybe set an intention of what you would like to bring to your practice. But to honor the sun, we are going to do the Hatha Yoga Sun Salutation and the Ashtanga Surya Namaskar A and B. Tapping into our vitality and light. So let's begin with the Hatha Yoga. We'll inhalation into a standing back bend. So squeeze the glutes and send those hips forward. Reach with the arms. On the out breath, we'll find our forward fold, closing the body. We'll inhale the left leg back, setting up our lunge. And we'll exhale into downward facing dog. Now keep the exhalation as we find Ashtanga Namaskar. So we bend the knees. Elbows in, we bring chin and chest down, so modified chaturanga. We'll inhale, untucking toes into upward facing dog. And out breath back into downward facing dog. So inhale the right foot forward to set up lunge. and exhale into forward fold, closing the body. Now on the inhalation, we'll find that standing back bend, find that reach through the arms, pressing the hips forward, and exhale, hands into the heart as we alternate sides. So inhale, standing back bend, find the reach of the spine, exhaling, forward folding, belly to thighs. We'll inhale the right leg back to set the lunge, knee over ankle, and exhale, downward facing dog. Keep the exhalation to bend at the knees to find Ashtanga Namaskar, elbows in, chin and chest connect with the earth. And inhale into upward facing dog, sending the gaze up. We'll exhale to downward facing dog. And then we'll inhale the left foot forward, setting up our lunge. Empty the body of breath as you find that forward fold. And then we'll inhale into that standing back bend. Take the spine into extension. We'll draw that prayer back into the heart, resetting mountain pose for Surya Namaskar A, Ashtanga. So inhale, upward salute, arms reach up overhead. Exhale to forward fold. We'll inhale into a flat back, looking towards the nose, and exhale, step or jump into Chaturanga, lower press up position. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale into downward facing dog, staying for 5 breaths. Child's pose is there as an option. So 1, deep inhalations to deep exhalations. 2, spreading fingertips. 3, 4, and 5. We'll take an inhalation to find a flat back, top of the mat, walk, step or jump. And exhale to forward fold, closing the body. Root to rise, upward salute on that in-breath, looking towards thumbs. And exhale, back into mountain pose. Very good. So round 2. Inhale, upward salute, reach tall. Exhale, forward fold, let the crown fall. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, Chaturanga. Take that breath in to find that upward facing dog. And exhale into downward facing dog. So again, 5 breaths here. So 1, even inhales to even exhales. 2, 3, pressing those knuckles down into the earth. 4, and 5. And again, we'll take that inhalation to find the flat back, walk, step or floating. Exhale, forward folding. Inhale to upward salute, so let's reach up for the sun. And exhale, mountain pose. Very good. So Surya Namaskar B, Utkatasana, bend the knees, chair pose. Look up towards those top thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. So Warrior 1, step the right foot in between the palms, pivot the back foot, knee over ankle, arms straight to the sun. Exhale, back into Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows in. In-breath, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So Warrior 1, left foot forward, pivot the back foot. Reach up for the sun. Exhale, Chaturanga. Channel the energy into the earth. Big breath in, upward facing dog. Out breath, downward facing dog. And again for 5 breaths or child's pose. So 1, pressing the weight back into the hips. 2, 3, 4, in-breath to walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale to forward fold. Back into chair pose, so bend the knees, palms together, reaching up, looking towards those top thumbs. And out breath, mountain pose. So last round, Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair. Out breath, forward fold. Inhaling, lengthening out the spine. Exhaling, Chaturanga. Big breath in, upward facing dog, roll those shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. So warrior one, right foot forward, we reach high for the sky. Exhale into Chaturanga, elbows in. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So left foot forward, pivot the back foot, finding Virabhadrasana. Exhale all the way back into Chaturanga Dandasana. In-breath, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Very good. So again, 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. So inhale, walk, step or jump, top of the mat. Exhale, forward folding. Inhale, back into our Utkatasana. And exhale, mountain pose. Very good. So let's work into standing. We're going to take a long step back with our left leg. Setting up a high crescent lunge, so near the ankle. We'll pivot that back foot. And now we'll find our eagle. So right arm will cross underneath. So now taking the arms into external rotation. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Let's release. Framing that front foot into low lunge. We'll take it back into our downward facing dog. Lifting that right leg up on the in-breath and exhale to bend at the knee to scorpion. On the inhalation, send that right foot back. We pivot back into high crescent lunge, pivoting that back foot, again coming to warrior one. This time humble warrior arms, so interlace the fingers, close the open palm. On that out breath, draw the arms up and over. Again, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From that humble warrior, we'll transition, pivoting back toes, high crescent lunge, framing that front foot, and then we'll step it back into the scorpion. So big reach with that right leg, coming back into downward facing dog. We'll inhale into plank, exhale Chaturanga Dandasana, inhale upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Again, lifting that right leg up, we're going to bend at the knee, finding scorpion. This time sending the right foot again back to rise into our warrior one. Exhale to warrior two, so allow that right knee to glide out to the right. Check your arm alignment, so both our shoulders are in line, or maybe taking the back hand behind the back. So looking over the fingertips of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse warrior, flip that front palm up and lead with that right arm reaching to the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back into our warrior 2. Now framing the right forearm to elbow or extended side angle, maybe planting the hand or finding the bind, or bird of paradise, maybe stepping that left foot forward. Now in any variation, we want to generate energy through our legs, so maybe finding that standing balance in bird of paradise, activating that hamstring, again holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you're in bird of paradise, we're going to reset back into extended side angle, and then we'll all make our way back into that low lunge, and then we'll take left foot to right to find standing forward fold, and then we'll draw the arms up, sending right leg back, alternating sides here. So again, finding that high crescent lunge, we'll take our eagle, and then obviously we'll set the back foot to again come into our warrior one as we lift up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Let's release that eagle, reaching high to the sky, framing that front foot, and then we'll send our left leg up for that 3-legged dog, and exhale to bend at the knee, opening out the lower body. We'll transition back into our warrior one. We'll breathe it tall, and now we'll find our humble warrior. So again, flip the grip, take the thumb down, take the finger down from your natural grip to balance out the shoulders, and use that out breath to draw the arms up and over. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reversing what we just did, we'll come back into that high crescent lunge, cartwheel the arms to frame that front foot. We'll step it back into our plank to find our vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Lifting that left leg high, finding scorpion on the exhale. Let's inhale the left foot forward, breathing back into warrior one, out breath warrior 2, checking arm alignment or taking that half bind, left knee traveling out. 5, strong through the body. 4, gazing over fingertips. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Let's flip that front palm up. Inhale, exhale, reverse warrior. For 5, pressing through that back foot. 4, lengthening left hand side of the body. 3, 2, and 1. Find the extended side angle or the bird of paradise. If you are taking bird of paradise, right foot forward, then the binded leg, we're going to lift, extend. If you're an extended side angle, peel that top shoulder back. Again for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll lower, reversing what we just did, and then we'll frame that front foot, low lunge. Now taking it into the arms, we find our plank. So holding for 5, shoulders over wrists. 4, releasing knees if you need to. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Let's take an in breath here. Exhale, chaturanga. Hold the chaturanga for 5, 4. Don't let that chest touch the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. So we're going to inhale. We're going to come back into the plank. Now I'm transitioning into side plank. So pivot on that right hand. Take your variation here if you need to release the knees. Any variation from tree pose, or maybe peace fingers to big toes. Separate yourself from the earth. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release back into middle plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Holding for 5, 4. Don't give up. 3. Stay with the energy. 2, and 1. All your energy up. Very good. Pivot left hand. I have to wipe my eyes here. Sweats in my eyes. But we still rise. For 5, 4, 3, you're doing great, 2, stay with it, and 1. Let's release back into the plank. Well done. Lower to that Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, big downward facing dog. Well done. So now we're going to take it into Navasana, crossing the legs, send the legs forward. We're going to lift both legs, reaching in between the legs. Now we're going to lower the left leg. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll lift that leg up. We'll alternate. Right leg down for 5. Keep everything lifted. 4, 3. Keep breathing. 2. Energy through middle. And 1. We're going to draw both legs up. Taking left leg down, we're going to open and twist to the right. For 5, 4, 3, option to smile, 2 and 1. Let's bring it back through the center, alternating, twisting to left. 3, losing count here, 2 and 1. Very good. We'll bring it back through center, holding for 5, last round. 4, 3, 2 and 1. Very good. We're going to roll over the knees, make our way back into that plank position. We'll find the vinyasa into upward facing dog and exhale into downward facing dog. Well done. So now we're going to transfer back into our three-legged dog. So right leg lifts, exhale scorpion. We're going to inhale the right knee to right elbow, exhale back into scorpion. Let's take the twist, right knee, left elbow, exhale back into scorpion. Here's the fun part. We're going to inhale knee into chest or nose. We'll inhale to lower it down to the earth, exhale bring it back up. Inhale lower, exhale lift, strong through that core. Inhale lower, exhale drive, knee to nose, holding for 3, 2 and 1, and send it back into scorpion. Very good. Downward facing dog. Let's alternate sides. So inhale left leg up, exhale scorpion. We'll vinyasa. So left knee, left elbow, transfer the weight, out breath scorpion. Exhale twist, left knee, left elbow, out breath, reach and expand up. Fun part. Inhale knee chest or nose, lower inhale, exhale contract, lower to the earth, bring it up, lower, inhale grind and drive that knee to nose for 3, 2 and 1, and big out breath into scorpion. Strong through those arms, and then finding downward facing dog. Very good. Let's just take a child's pose here. Again, maybe knees together or knees out wide, just allowing the breath to settle down as we slow the pace down. So well done. Connecting with your vitality, that light, that heat, the sun within you. Just breathe now. Very good. So we'll just allow the heart to come to the top of the mat as we find that upward facing dog, and then we'll exhale back into downward facing dog. Now we're just going to release the quads, so we're going to find Supta Virasana, reclined hero's pose, maybe sitting in between the heels, or maybe the feet are together. Alternatively, you can have the toes tucked. But in this quad stretch, we want to have the fingers facing forward, and just to our own degree, just to lean back, Maybe take the head into the earth. If it feels comfortable for you, maybe reach the arms overhead or hold opposite elbows and forearms. So just work to your own range here. And if you're practicing at home, there's always a block if you want to use one to help elevate the hips, the place in between the knees. But just finding no weight, just allow the quads to lengthen, open out those hip flexors, and sending those exhalations into the sensations. Now we'll just take our time just to rise up. And then we'll just set our downward facing dog. Again, taking that counter pose to open out the backs of the knees. Feel free if you want to find movement in your down dog. Just check in with the body. And then we'll just release the tabletop position, extending the legs out in front of us. Now to work the outer hips, we're going to find the seated diamond pose. So bringing the soles of the feet together. The key here is just to lengthen from the lower spine. And just give yourself time just to lengthen and fold to your own degree. And again, if you have maybe a block for support, you can rest your forehead. But just feel that breath travel up and down the spine. Feeling it expand on the inhale. Feel the back broaden and lengthen on the exhale. We'll slowly take our time just to rise and draw the knees together. And then we'll just take a quick check in with the feet, and then we'll find Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. We'll slowly draw it back up. So coming into a counter pose, option to maybe just bring the knees together, bending at the knees, rolling shoulders back. Maybe you want to take it into a reverse tabletop, again squeezing through those glutes, sending the head back, or maybe extending the legs, so squeezing the shoulder blades together as we take the spine in the opposite direction for a few breaths. So really energize here, send everything through that back body, and then releasing down, maybe giving the legs a shake. So just take it onto the back. And now coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, so now soles the feet together. And again, feel free maybe if you want to reach long with the arms or hold opposite elbows or forearms. Again, just softening at the eyes and jaw, allowing the shoulders and the hips to melt into the earth. So as you move through the beginning part of the practice with the vitality of the sun, it's always good to balance out with the element of yin, of stillness, of rest, through the body, through the mind. And then we'll slowly just swap the crossing of the elbows or forearms and just bringing the knees in together, sending the feet to the edges of the mat, just to find that counter pose of sending the knees inward. And then we'll just come into a full body stretch, reaching from fingertips to toes, and then out breath to make our way into happy baby, holding inner edges or outer edges of the feet, maybe taking it into a straddle. So just explore here with the body inverted, taking your time to release the lower back and the legs. Then just take the time here, and once you feel ready, to segue into Shavasana. So take as long as you need in your Shavasana. After working hard with the body, always important to take rest. Give yourself the time. So thank you for practicing. And have a great rest of your day once you bring yourself back. Namaste.